Hello, everybody. This is Peter Palmiotti of Humanoid Studios, and once again, working on my comic retro. I'll get into a few things before we start. So this is two-page spread. Still got plenty to do. So tackling that. Um, and if you're interested, I still have plenty of copies of each. At least five of each, whatever it is. This is essentially $22. This is $5, and shipping. If you're interested. Um, so the reason I'm recording this, then I'm going to upload it, is I found out my StreamYard free account is almost at its limit. So I guess for the time being, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Above and beyond that, we'll see. Um, I basically have to, yeah, buy buy the the next subscription, and don't have the money at the moment to put into that. I got packages to ship tomorrow that I haven't gotten to. I got bills coming out of my ears, but I'll be doing a lot more new artwork soon and posting more of my comic art pages that I have and putting them in that Facebook folder I got and sharing that around. So, eventually we'll get it covered. Um, don't really want to take on more work, so hopefully I can sell some art or stuff. Um, but all is well otherwise. I will mention I did an interview on my creator own channel. By the way, descriptions are all down below. How do we do this? I don't know. Down below the video. Um, yeah, so to my creator own YouTube channel is there. The group, um, the V100s group that I'm a part of, the um, ARTCASTERS group I'm a part of, and yeah, if you want to join any of them, by all means, go and do so. Um, so yeah, spoke with Todd last night, and that went well. Got to know him a little bit better, and he's surprisingly, and is part of some of my similar circles of people I know in the industry. He's working on his book, Florida Man, which is on Indiegogo. I think it's for another 40 days, so there's plenty of time. But if you're interested, the links are in the video description of that. If you weren't here yesterday, then I suggest you go check out that video. Shit. Um, that was a live hangout I did with Emmy Binter. Emmy is creator of a webcomic called Trying Human. She's been on my channel before. It's been a while, and it was a freaking blast to have her on. She's so hysterical. Um, Is there hairs? Is there hairs on my brush that aren't supposed to be there? I hope not. Um, so that was a blast, and um, tomorrow I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have Mr. Russ Leach, and I forget now. It's like I have been in hangouts with him a bunch of times on Marshall Lee's channel. Um, but I forget if I ever had him on my channel. I kind of don't think so. It's just we spoke so many times. I feel like he has. I lose track of everybody I've talked to on my channel. But so he'll be joining me tomorrow. And if you're watching this, then you already know the title of this episode is Quarter Dime Nickel Penny. And give you $100 if you tell me in this split second who sang that song. All right, time's up. I'm kind of going with a song title theme for my episodes at this point in time. And it just seemed like a fun thing to do. And if I can tie it in to the episode, all the better. Like yesterday's episode was synchronicity, and there's definitely a lot of that in life and work and career and all that. But we really didn't tackle it head on. But today's episode has everything to do with uh, the fact that I need to get this subscription for StreamYard now. It was like all these little things I'm paying money to do what I do. Uh, yeah, hopefully in the long run it will pay off. But I'm putting my time in today, trying to stick to my schedule of essentially getting a video up on my YouTube, working on my own comic, and once I really dig into my comic and get on top of it, schedule wise, and I've definitely been doing better at that lately. Um, so like, if I really continue, I should have this book done by the end of July. As far as inks, and I can tackle the other stuff. So yeah. Um, once I get on top of miscellaneous things I gotta take care of, I'm gonna be making a lot more art. I'm already back on Instagram, currently wrapping up my 6 fan arts drawings. I did um, Berserkonaut just the other day, and today I did Detective Ezekiel. Detective Ezekiel is midnight mystery and a alternative comic. Obviously, most of you probably know Berserkonaut is Jeff Lafferty. His comic. His company is called Comic Forge, and it's funny. I knew I guess it was a 2 people studio called Comic Forge, but I guess they disbanded and probably not using the name. Anyway, everybody has has whatever studio name they choose to go by. Mine is Human Art Studio, because I'm human and I make art in a studio. How how much simpler can you get? I was trying to think of a cooler name. Um, but that's the one I went with. I was like, this works. I was thinking of like Red Hot Studios or something. But I was like, nah. So I went with Human Art Studio, and maybe one day I'll eventually use it for something. Like, because, I mean, indirectly ish. Um, for my comic line, um, going with Has Comics, because that's Human Art Studio. And so that works. Well, the full name being Human Art Studios Dude. Um, so, what else is going on? I hope you are here listening to me, working on your own art and comics. It's definitely when I get more time in my schedule, I'm going to start trying to listen to more videos out there. I listen to some, a little bit more than I was a month ago, but there's so much I miss. I saw Scott Serkin was on Jeff Lafferty's show last night, so I'll definitely check that out. Scott's a great guy, does excellent work. Um, wonder if he was working on his zombie comic, Young and the Dead, while he was on the show. I guess I'll see. I'm not talking. Hopefully, this is meditative for you then. Um, well, right now it's like 10. As a hair. Not my hair. Um, yeah, it's like 10:30, maybe closer to 11. And I'm not gonna make this a hugely long video. Um, because it will take that much more to upload and yada yada. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in a better state of mind. I was like mentioned at some point that I was seeing somebody, kind of didn't work out. She's great and I love her, but we have two different plans in life, counter to each other. So it's for the best. I'm in a better state of mind. She's being productive. So I'll still talk to her. I don't talk to all my exes, but just a few. Imagine if I talked to all my exes. That would be crazy. So it turns out I don't have pencils for this page. Uh, so in the end, I will use my skills to just make it look good. Because I mentioned this before, but the blue line on these pages are very light, and these are pages that he lost the pencils to, so he never sent me pencil scans. Or maybe actually I could double check, but so to a degree I find myself guessing. It's coming together slowly but surely. Yeah, I guess I'm a little talked out. Um, I am trying to get on a decent schedule where my sleep is better. So yeah, I mean, if all goes well, um, I'll be able to tackle a lot over the next month. It's like, it's like little by little, I'll get her there. Just hope that this world gets itself right, so that we can all get back to business and all peacefully coexist. All just get along. Do you know? Must be tired. I'm singing to myself. That's okay. Tired is good. So one of the things that's been on my mind is that I'm doing these streams and it's going well. I mean, it really pushes me to make sure I get the work done. It's more encouraging seeing people's comments and people in the live chat and people watching. So it pushes me on. I have my AC on and it's probably too high. So I'm not necessarily going for a certain time. Although I love what happened yesterday. We were almost at 3.5 hours, so roughly 3 hours of work, give or take. Um, and yeah, she was about done, and I pretty much like as it came out of her mouth, I was pretty much done, and it was a good run. I've done longer streams, but um, I, and I do want to do like have it effectively do a good day's worth in a stream. So once I get the higher level subscription to StreamYard, I'll be able to do longer streams and get a lot more work done. So it's clearing out the little things and streamlining my process. Um, I feel like that's what I'm doing now. It's like just get into the daily routine of doing stuff really helps your workload. People say all the time at, you know, different points in my career and whatnot, like, oh man, you're killing it. You're getting so much done. It's like, you just get in the habit of doing it, and you can be that productive. And, you know, uh, with all that's going on, it's like that definitely has an effect on my productivity and everybody's. It's like the world has not been this level of not happy in long time. It affects people. It affects, how how you get things done and taken care of, and you can focus on 'em. Damn, this is looking good. I'd buy this comic, and not for $1. I'd buy it for $100. That's what I would pay. It's a retro comic. Whoever thought of naming a hero retro? Retro. Definitely the streams are. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about earlier. Something, something I did earlier today. Um, yeah, streams are definitely better with friends hanging out and chatting with you, because I'm constantly reaching into my brain like, hey, what's to talk about? Um, Sometimes it's like it just comes naturally, but because I'm a little tired, um, it's like feel like I'm just getting work done. Um, okay, so one of the things yesterday, because it was such a long stream, because there was, I mean, Emmy has a good following, and she posted about it, and therefore a lot more people showed up, and a lot more people chatted, and because of that, half the time I was going, I'm definitely going to read, catch up on reading the chat, and I think I eventually did. I kind of skipped through the last batch of comments, but it's it's not really imperative that you read every single comment, especially when it gets to a certain point. It's impossible. If you want to actually get work done and have a conversation with the person in your stream, that you're not, distracted by, well, the people commenting. And half of it is like, you know, people saying hello to each other. Half of it pertains to what you're talking about. And that is, oh, I see. Okay. No, that's window. Okay. So essentially, stream started going by really fast, and I was trying to keep up, and I had to go crawl the chat to find out where I was and all that. Um, So I was watching this artist and YouTuber, and he was, I don't know, working on some sketch cards or something, and it was just him in the stream, and he has a more popular channel than mine, so his stream was pretty much going, and there's people commenting, and what I thought was initially a pretty good idea, because he had it set up to where, like on the computer, you could have the computer like read text for you, and somehow he figured out how to do that within the stream, so that it would read um, the texts as they came in. And the cool thing was, like, it had a female voice that said the name, and then it had a male voice reading the text. Uh, to separate it so he could recognize, oh, it's this person commenting off the bat, or easier. Um, and so initially I thought, hey, that's a pretty neat idea. I wish I could figure out how to do that. Um, but after 2 minutes of listening to it and realizing, like, he's also trying to reply to the comments that were just spoken of, spoken out loud with the computer voices. um, it was like it's just talking over him, or he's trying to talk over it, and this is horrible. Not only is, like, the computer voices are, they're annoying, you know. I mean, if they're still annoying, like, it's better than it was back in the day, but computer voices are still annoying. I noticed, like, there's some educational videos on YouTube where the channels um, use a computer voice to say all the text on the screen because they don't speak the language, more than likely, and it's just like, it just sounds like a robot, and it's really annoying. It's, yeah, I'd rather just pause the video and read the stuff myself. So yeah, well, initially for a minute or two, I thought, hey, that's a nifty idea. I, I was already thinking, oh, I gotta research and find out how to do that. And then after 2 minutes, it was like, oh my god, this is horrible. He's talking over it, and it's talking over him. I don't hear any one of them clearly, and how could the people in the chat stand it? Oh my god, it was horrible. So there you go, folks. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. is the lesson I got. So, if you're wondering what I did for the last 5 minutes here, I'm sort of being a little fussy with the blacks I put down. It's not necessary. Like, you could publish an inked page that, where the black ink looks fairly light gray, and it's not a problem because she can throw it into Photoshop or any art program and just boom, it's jet freaking black, and the white of the page is jet freaking white. If that's the thing. But um, I like my inks to be as tight as possible. So I've been going almost 40 minutes. Um, so I think I'll wrap this up soon. I got a decent amount. I'll go grab me a extremely late dinner. I'll watch. Um, I'm watching. I caught for the first time in my life the full Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure movie. I know I've seen scenes. I didn't catch it back when it was in the theater, and didn't look necessarily like something I would be into. I mean, it's not extremely out of my wheelhouse, but um, it just seemed a little goofy. I mean, I've watched plenty of goofy stuff, but anywho, I did watch it, and you know, clearly it's dated, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good, and I could see how something like that would be popular at that time, and it was one of those projects that worked really well for Keanu Reeves. And it was cool to see a younger George Collin. So it was good. It was fun. So I'm watching the second movie now, Bogus Adventure, and I'll let you know what I think of that if I remember to let you know. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be hanging out with Russ Leach. Yesterday, once again, I hung out with Amy Binter. I strongly suggest you go check that out. It's definitely something you can listen to and get a ton of work done. Um, if you're watching this, give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends about my channel. Trying to grow it. Please, please, please let people know if you enjoy this at all. Retweet, post it on Facebook, do it in your Instagram story. Get the word out. Every like, every new subscriber grows my channel. Maybe one day I'll be back in the YouTube program. I'll be able to monetize. And while that's not necessarily a plus if you're watching, it is like, you know, a good way for me to pull in some extra money and to make my career go smoother. Every little, different stream of income definitely helps. Um, So, but you already knew that. You already knew that. You probably already hit that like button. You probably already told your friends about my channel. Cause you're awesome. And I love you. Oh. Alright, so that's it for now. It's shaping up. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, get some comic pages done already. Alright, talk to you later.